Good evening, everybody. Happy new moon in Pisces. How are you? It's a super moon. We don't really think it's super because it's the new moon and you can't see it. And that's not just because the clock actually might see a little sliver of it. It's also an eclipse. Hello, start of eclipse season. So you can look at better astrologers than me for information on that, but our eclipse season has begun. They're mathematical equations, but the north and the south node of the moon are now, and they moved actually maybe at the end of January, mid-January, into Pisces. The north node moved into Pisces, and the south node moved into Virgo. They're always in the opposite signs. The north node in your chart represents basically kind of where you're going in life, in this life. And the south node represents like the things that are your comfies, your go-tos, like your go-to habits, your go-to, what you brought into this life. But we're moving away from those types of things because we actually already know them, but they're helpful. And we've talked about this in a few other readings about how, some of we're saying goodbye to a lot of things that have no longer served us. And in some of the readings, like in the past couple of weeks, about how when we tied that ribbon around that one wand. Oh, by the way, in my own like private reading this morning, I got a Two of Wands card, and that was represented by selenite. I have this like crystal tarot deck that I really like. Maybe I'll use it today. I don't know. But you tie a ribbon around something, and that's making something sacred. We are really accustomed to the mindset that, when we say goodbye to something, it's like, it's just like this super harsh cut rather than, a stepping back with appreciation for what that situation and those habits that we had or whatever have offered us, and how they've supported us to this point in our lives. But then you kind of grow. We talk a lot about the nautilus in our discussions about how those things actually still are part of you. You just don't engage with them in the same ways anymore. But because our mindset and kind of how we've been conditioned to think in these really kind of rigid ways of, well, when something's not there, well, then it's not part of your life anymore. Well, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, everything we encounter, every interaction we have leaves some kind of impression on us. Often, though, we think about that in really negative terms. Me too, right? You know what I mean? I'm just, some of this stuff like I've talked about for years, but I'm actually just kind of getting it really on a visceral and then utilizing it in an active way through my interactions as I move further away from that type of thinking, that type of intellectual framework. We've had a lot of swords come up lately, like, a lot of like, changing of intellectual framework. I think we're going to use the butterfly deck today, in fact. So yeah, I brought a few different kinds of decks out. I did bring out the Shadowscapes tarot deck, and I think, yeah, we're going to use it. Do we going to use the arc? No, I think we're going to go with the Shadowscapes. I do love this one so much. So Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law and Barbara Moore. Thank you very much to, and again, like, just expressing gratitude in general. One of the things this new moon, and we've talked a lot about, we're in Pisces season. So, there is a great emphasis on, the things that bring us in touch with who we are at the essence, at the core. And those are spiritual practices. Those are, we commonly encounter them as meditation or prayer, and sometimes it's a turnoff to people, right? Like, but that's not how I find my way. Okay, some people find their way through going for walks or taking a bath. Like I'm in my jammies because I just took a really nice long bath. I've just been hanging out today. Today's a day off for me, so I just kind of rested. I had a day off earlier in the week. I wasn't feeling up to doing a reading. So I didn't, that wasn't the day for that. So, it's honoring, this is that season of getting in touch with the things that, what we need to do. And because when we do that, what we have the opportunity to do is to examine, okay, some of the, I got the chance to examine today some things that, um, and get to know myself more and more and more. And the more I get to know myself, the steadier and steadier I become in different interactions with people, in situations. I mean, we're always kind of interacting. And I see different, I see the world differently, changing my thoughts, changing my attitudes. And I see spirit, and for me, spirit, I see, messages and inspiration in so many, you just get to start to see things more and more, because you're not so like ingrained in like these thought patterns and this circular thinking. So you can look up and out and see, I'm noticing the love. You start to be in love with life as it is, and able to deal with things rather than walk around with armor, and in such a way that you're literally walking around with blinders and don't even know it. Like, don't even know it. I walked around like that for years. Am I great at, do I walk around like an on wonder all the time? More, I would say more. I would definitely say most of the time, but it's a grounded on wonder. It's different. It's kind of different. I like that. I like that. I like those changes in me. Right? And we're all capable of them. Like, this isn't something that's just like magic that I came across. You know what I mean? Like, this is not magic that is special, to only one people or a select few. That's all accessible to everybody. It's actually accessible to everybody. It takes a little time. It takes a little work to change, to start take away those blinders and to start really trusting that what you're seeing is accurate and true. That's the other thing. Like, I'm just like, even though it makes you, maybe some people around you, like I said, what did I say the other day in one of the readings? Like, oh, you might look like you're a wackadoo, and some people might have something to say about that. They might push back, but that means if you're getting pushback, then that means the changes are happening, and just keep going with the changes. And some days it's going to be easier than others, and that's just part of it. But if you're worth it. But you're worth it. Oh, so we have the first card coming out. Oh, we have two cards that came out here. So one is, the Empress. I actually got that in my reading. I love it. Yes, I want some more of it. So yeah, the Empress. I love this card. Look at that. And look at all those butterflies. I'm glad I pulled that butterfly deck out. The Empress is a major arcana card. This is love of life. This is confidence. This is the person who absolutely knows herself, and is just allows things to come to her. She's an empress. She's not even like a queen. She's an empress. Hello. And she's just opening a portal to the universe. She's just casting it out there. She's literally throwing spaghetti at the wall. And being like, oh, let's see what happens. And she's got a huge basket of butterflies. What is this that she has? Butterfly. Oh, a basket of like fruit and stuff. And then she's like, hello, my butterfly friends. Hello. She's dressed beautifully. And she's standing on this bridge. I've been thinking a lot about bridge building. She's clothed in orange. Orange is a color of abundance, of trust. The citrine crystal was also a crystal I've been meditating with today. Yeah, hello, she's opening, like, just by being who she is. She's creating an opening for more to come toward her, and for her energy to go out into blessings to others. This is a gesture of, I've got plenty, and and I'm welcoming more in, but I'm also, that means I'm letting it just kind of swirl around me, like, and she's standing on not a really super sturdy bridge, but she really doesn't even care. She knows it's fine. Everything's going to be fine. I'm just going to I'll find some friends here as I walk across my branchy bridge. The sun is shining on her, and she can see the beams coming off her. This is like the transfiguration. This is like, that transfiguration of Christ, or, that Moses thing where he had to wear the veil because she was like, they were both too bright. You got to wear shades. She's just so happy with her. She even has some wings here kind of hanging off her. So she's like a fairy empress. She's in love with her life. She's in love with her divinity. She's confident. The card that in the crystal deck resonates with the Empress is the emerald. This is, emeralds are very valuable. They're of the heart. This is and she's got this heart dangling like off her waist. I don't know if you can see it there. And the emerald is the heart. This is Archangel Raphael. This is health and wellness. So this is like I said, this is a person who is invested in their health, invested in their wellness, invested in the health and wellness of others. They do good things for themselves. They take good care. This is self-love. Making those types of sacrifices to invest in self, invest in spirit, into their spiritual being, to get to know themselves. The more more solid we are, like ourselves, we're able to share more in the world. And then the Seven of Pentacles is the other card that came up. Again, you see all of those orange fruits. It's such a great follow-up to this one, because she's got all of this fruit in her basket. I don't know if you can see all of that fruit. And she's like benefiting. This person is benefiting from what the Empress has grown. And not only that, like this has that essence of like casting seeds. The Seven of Pentacles is generally a card of planting seeds and seeds that have been well planted. And I'm going to come in and check, and this one's just about right, but I'm not going to pick it before it's too right. The Empress is also a card of fertility. We're a few weeks away from spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. And we're also right here. The apex of the new moon just happened here in North America. It actually happened all over the world. It doesn't really matter where you are, but the apex of the new moon just happened within the past hour. And on a new moon, especially a super moon, this is the kind of thing where we're planting. Any kind of new moon is a time to plant seeds to start to feel really fertile. Now, here's the thing about this new moon. And I'll tell you, I woke up this morning. I'm like, do this, do that. I could do this, and I could go here. Whoa! I love that energy. I love it. I love that for me. I love it. So if that happened for you today, or if you feel that energy coming in, or, you feel all of this opportunity that's just all over the place, what the important thing is here, and this is how I took this energy. So instead of like diving in and doing like a bunch of projects and a bunch of research and like following up all of these ideas, I just was like really content with where I am in life and where things are in the moment, noticing that some things could be better, but content with where things are. That's Empress energy, right? Happy with where things are. Gonna let things come to me. Okay, these are all really good ideas, and we're gonna see like where they kind of land. I didn't do anything with any of the ideas, P.S. Just noted and kind of, and what I did with them, I noted them, and then I kind of ran them by my heart and sat and meditated and got an idea about why I thought X, Y, and Z was such a good idea. Understood a little bit more about what my motives were and what was driving me towards getting really excited about something. And in some of those ideas, was based on some faulty thinking. and wasn't actually based on a place of comfort. This is a comfortable person, very comfortable person. And, and so some of those ideas weren't. And so I wrote them down, and why do I like this idea? Oh, well, I like it because it involves this kind of setting, this kind of environment. Great. So do I need to go running off and expend myself unnecessarily? Or where is this already happening in my life right now? Empress, seeds that have been planted. And I was like, oh, okay, I could be doing like this. I see where this is happening already. This environment is actually, it's right up the street. I don't have to go and expend energy unnecessarily. That thing is already in my life, and it's already coming to me. So I'm going to go and I'm going to hang out over there a little bit more up the street rather than go halfway across the globe to get it. See what I mean? So I'm already abundant. I already have what I need. Oh, I need to like cultivate that which is already at my feet a little bit more. And yeah, it would be cool to have that on a grander scale. But an Empress is about fertility. It's about, okay, so cultivation, seeds, planting seeds, and waiting for them to come to fruition and not picking them before they're ready. An Empress is usually depicted as a pregnant woman. This woman doesn't look super pregnant, but she's carrying a basket. But typically she's a pregnant woman. And a pregnancy typically lasts in humans, 9 months. So the seed, I think I'm going to plant some very important seeds right now at this powerful new moon, spiritual seeds, cultivate the practices of getting to know my motivations, starting to build this can be this is seed planting time in the Northern Hemisphere, where we'll start to, here in New England, it's too cold to put things outside, but I am going to take care of my indoor plants. I planted a little micro garden, and you can start planting seeds in little pots and put them in the windowsills of your home in that type of environment and start to grow them. And some things are going to land, right? And some things aren't going to turn out so well. But it's important not to go to great lengths right now, but to note things, note your and start to learn your motivation for why you want to do X, Y, and Z, or why you want to go to this place or start doing this program, or, again, work with what's working and then see what just starts to come. And be confident that it will, that you don't have to work that hard. Nobody's working hard here. They're just loving life. They're just doing the small things that support the grandeur. I love that. So emerald. I wonder, I have another crystal deck here that I was going to use. I don't know if we are. I don't know if they're emerald. I keep moldavite. Anyway, maybe I won't pull one from this. This was kind of fun for me to play with. But I do want to pull something from the butterfly deck for life changes. Because this is a time of change. Forgiveness at the bottom. Forgiveness. I'm singing this crazy song from oh my god, I can't even remember. Oh, Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds and I think Amy Smart is in it. I don't know. I might be making that up. Her name, I think it's Amy Smart. Oh my god. Okay, so what do we have? Welcome the New. Oh wow. You can't make this up. Welcome the New. Looks like this is a hydrangea. Yeah, that's a hydrangea. And so hydrangea in the flower or the flower therapy deck is about basically doing one step at a time. I'm not going to pull that deck out, but I don't know, maybe I will go grab it. Welcome the new. Let's read what that one has to say. Welcome the new. Change can be exciting, bringing you opportunities for joy, learning, and success. This card indicates that you may have been anxious in the face of newness. You are reassured, though, that this change will bring many blessings for everyone involved. Although it may occur differently than how you would have scripted it, it is all in divine and perfect order. Have faith that you'll know what needs to be done in each moment. Trust that your needs will be provided for every step of the way. Allow yourself, as long as you follow your inner guidance. Allow yourself to feel excited about this change and approach it with a spirit of adventure. A big positive change, respecting the free will choices of everyone involved, even if they differ from your own. Taking an adventure trip, going on a holiday, trying something completely different. Welcome the new. And it's, in what I would suggest here is that we do, again, it's definitely co-creating with the divine, not working. You don't need to work so hard. Just open yourself to being supported. Being supported. I will grab the, I go ahead and grab what, like I said, that hydrangea card. I was going to pull that flower card deck. Yep, look, it's right on top. Right on top. Okay. Right on top. I don't know which card it is. This is a great deck too. I think I bought these two together. They're by Doreen Virtue, by the way. This one's the Flower Therapy Oracle cards are Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves. And Doreen Virtue by herself is the angel, the one for the butterflies for life changes. Here it is. First step, hydrangea. Breaking down this situation into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. So again, looking at where the things you want, the things that you're thinking you want to start doing are already where it's already happening in your life, rather than either getting overwhelmed and not going for it at all, right? Or, thinking it's something that's not for you, couldn't possibly, that kind of thing. Starting to do things on the small scale. We talked a little bit about this, right? That's, sometimes you just have to start to kind of go through some awkward, first step, here we go. Awkward times, but, do things small. Just take small, what small aspect of this? Maybe I make a list so I can start moving toward this, and also getting, continuing to check in with spirit to see, okay, is this, what part of this feels right? You're going to know what's right. It's going to vibe with you. You're going to absolutely be there. So hydrangea, breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. Now is a time of transition. It's a space for you to reinvent yourself and achieve greatness. In order to do so, you need to take the first step. Pulling this card means you've allowed fear to prevent you from making any progress at all. That's okay, because this is a sign that you're ready for change. Your angels love and support you, and they know you can do this. Please let go of fear and move forward toward your bliss. You may have felt guided to make changes to your home, relationships, career, or friends. Go with this guidance and allow yourself to be gently moved from one stage to the next. You'll take each step at a comfortable pace, constantly making headway, yet always feeling safe. It's time for a change. Gift yourself with a makeover, reassess your relationships, focus on this. And that's reassess your relationships. It doesn't mean throw them out. Again, going back to what we talked about, we don't need to be cutting things out. We just need to maybe start working on different dynamics. Small steps. Changing the dynamic in small steps. Focus on the small steps rather than the large ones. So there we are. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have questions, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these available for people who want to see the longer reads, and then I'm going to do a synopsis, and the synopsis is what I'll post to Facebook and Instagram. But I'll post the I'll post the longer reads on Facebook and YouTube. I'll give the link to the longer reads for the people who want them. And if you want your own private reading, just direct message me on any of the platforms. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and because that's what gets the message out to people. Gets the, because there's people who need to hear this for whatever reason. These aren't messages that I make up. Obviously, I'm not scripted at all, but I don't know what I'm going to say. And so, but what was I going to say? And or share them, or comment or interact with any of it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Maybe that's fine. We could start a discussion there. I don't know, all the things. Again, it's Lisa Maxwell. I am grateful to be here, and send you much love. I'll bring some readings over the weekend. Thanks.